fucked up, didn't you, Alan?
No, never. I never won the toss.
Do you?
Well, welcome to the Den, the home of the Mount Lewis Lions for the 24-25 TAB Platinum Pennant Round 4 live stream. We've got the Mount Lewis Lions up against the Raymond Terrace Jets. I'm Andrew Lynn, your lead commentator for today, and joining me is Terry Cooper, a long-term member here and former Premier League player with the Lions as well. Welcome, Terry.
Former and a long time ago. Thank you very much for having me.
So it's a bit of an overcast day here in Greenacre, Mount Lewis. But the weather looks pretty good at the moment. We're hoping it holds off to have us a great day's play. And it certainly is shaping up to be a fantastic game, critical for both teams. We caught up with the seconds earlier.
Lockie Freeman, second for the Raymond Terrace Jets. Lockie, tough start to the season, but a good strong win last week.
Yeah, that's it. They always come to play, but we got over the line, so hopefully we get over the line today and keep going.
How do you think you'll go here on Mount Lewis's greens, given your surfaces are flying at the moment?
Yeah, look, it'll be a bit tough, but hopefully all the best.
And any predictions today?
Because not really. So hopefully go hard and get the win.
Okay. Dan 𝗟𝗓𝗓, the newest recruit for the Mount Lewis Lions, coming a bit closer. Dan, tough start of the season, looking for your first win?
Yeah, it's been a tough start. We've been close in all games, but just haven't come over the line, so hopefully this one's good for us.
And do you think you've got a bit of an advantage here with the Jets coming off their fast synthetic?
Definitely. They like the carpet, so yeah, grass is better for us.
And you're up against a multiple world champion in 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓. Any thoughts on how you're going to have to play to get over the top of them?
Not one of you. Every single skipper, two of the skippers.
Well, here we are at the Den, ready to get going for the Platinum Pennant Round 4.
Well, here are our team lists for this critical clash. We've got Matt McGaw, Dan Scanlon, Nathan Wise and Nathan Black on our stream. We've got Josh Berry, Steve Glasson, Ben Winther and Brett Spur. And our third rink, Fred Ayub, Cy Threlfall, Tryson Wilson and Scotty Tholburn for the Lions. And the Jets, our streaming rink, Josh Bell, Lockie Freeman, Peter Taylor and Lee Schreiner. The middle rink, Tim Twining, Brendan Stokes, Shannon Giddos and Cohen Litfin. And then our third rink, Kate Matthews, Jason Stokes, Lennon Scott and Matty Bouse. Last time the Jets took on the Lions was at Raymond Terrace in round 11 last year, with the Jets coming out winners 67-52. On that occasion, Matty Bouse got the better of Nathan Wise 22-13. Lee Schreiner had a big 30-13 victory over Brett Spur, while Scotty Tholburn had a victory 26-15 over Peter Taylor. So slightly different lineups for this round. And the players are just having their trial ends at the moment. So, Terry, any insights you'd like to give us on this green? Any tricks?
Well, this green is definitely tricky. Coming back towards the clubhouse here, we'll find the wind will drop normally, and it will. This from our side here, this is the wider hand normally on this rink.
So a bit wider on the backhand going towards the club. We're playing away at the moment, so the wind a bit more in effect at that end, less sheltered.
That's correct, yes, at the moment.
So the breeze is coming as we're looking at this rink from that view.
From right of screen.
Right to left.
Yes.
Always tricky to try and work out which way it is when you've got a screen and a live view.
It is a little bit different.
Terry, you had a little break from bowls and now coming back and enjoying it again?
Very, very much so, yeah. Come back and play with the guys here, and very good. Meet some new guys from the club. We've got some quality imports, as we'll call them, playing for us, so it's quite good.
Well, your imports,
Nathan Black and Scotty T. So young Nathan Black, very, very good quality player. This rink that we're broadcasting, they should be a quality game with these two skippers.
well, Nathan and Scotty from South Australia, and of course Nathan was a sensation at the BPL recently.
Absolute sensation. I had the pleasure of watching all the games down there, so that was very good.
And while we're having a little in their trial ends, I'm a little bit sleep deprived today because I sat up and watched the World Indoor Singles Final last night. And a huge shout out of congratulations to Club Maryland's and New South Wales under 25 player 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗡,
Yes, very
new
good victory.
world champion. And what a victory.
Yes, very good. He's a good quality young player too. There's a lot of good young talent around these days. It's not good for us older guys who...
And how would you like to be a state selector?
Oh, tough job.
You've now got to look at a bloke who's just become a world champion. Does he scream to be put into a state side? That's a big question.
That's correct.
Nathan Black and Lee Schreiner, two current Australian squad members.
And Lee's just come back home earlier this year from Champion of Champion Singles win over in New Zealand. World Champion Singles.
So we've got a couple of world champions in the Blues stable. One of them's yet to crack it, but we'll see how he goes. So second trial end in progress now. Players get a couple of chances just to test how this rink is playing.
The conditions will be totally different from end to end on this. It's a little bit tricky green. Always has been.
Did have a chat with the Terrace boys earlier, and they've indicated that their undercover artificial surface is running around about 19 seconds at the moment. So
That's nice and quick.
nice and quick. A little bit of rain around Sydney recently. This one might not be quite that sharp.
Not that sharp. Probably around the 15 mark or so.
Still sort of pace where you'd expect that the guys in these teams would be able to play all their shots. Will afford some good tight heads and some great shot making, I hope. I'd love to see us come down to the last bowl for the result.
That would be a nice outcome.
You'd be hoping for a 10-0 Lions victory.
No bias today.
You're allowed to be a little bit biased.
Bowls is the winner on the day.
Well, that's what we want to see. So we've got a few champions in both teams, and of course the legendary 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 playing second for 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓𝗓. Steve, of course, was the king of the Australian indoor for a number of years.
He was.
Former Australian coach.
An all-round good guy.
Well, I've never heard anybody say they don't like Steve Glasson.
He's a likeable character. Done a very good job for bowls throughout Australia, everywhere.
Got 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡's won a number of state championships and a number of number one pennants. I think he's actually one of the fellas who's had the most runners-up in number one pennants. Got a few with Belrose. He's also had a couple of victories, I think. A few had success in other states. Of course, Benny Winther and 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡, state pairs champions a couple of years ago. We look at the Raymond Terrace lineup. We've got two state singles winners in one of the rinks, is in Lennon Scott and Matty Bouse. Lee Schreiner, of course, has won a Champion of Champions singles in New South Wales and the Champion pairs in the same year. Peter Taylor been a runner-up in the state singles or Champion of Champions. I think it's 4 times.
It's a pretty good effort.
Lockie Freeman, New South Wales under 25 rep. Timmy Twining, state fours champion. Brendan Stokes, runner-up in the state mixed pairs, I think it was, a couple of years ago. Kate Matthews, current Keno New South Wales Blue. Jason Stokes, of course, a former New South Wales Blue. So star-studded lineups as well, what we'd expect in this competition.
Very good talent on the rings.
And if you're looking for the live scores, you'll see the players get out their telephones. They are allowed to be on them because scores are being fed directly into BowlsLink. If you go on to results.bowlslink.com.au, you'll be able to see the scores as they happen for all of the matches across the TAB Platinum Pennant. A little shake of a hand, wishing everybody the best of luck. The skippers to play their last two trial end deliveries and will be in action proper. One thing I've really enjoyed with the former Victorian players, Benny Winther and Brett Spur, now full-time New South Wales players, just how much they just love going out and having a game and enjoying themselves. This is what we do. When we go out to play bowls, we should be going out to enjoy ourselves, is my main theory.
That's what it's all about. Catching up with good friends and having a fun day on the green.
Victory is a bonus.
It's an extra bonus, yes.
We'll go out to try to win. But, like I used to play with, he said I'll be upset until I step off the green, and then I think, oh well, I can enjoy some camaraderie in the clubhouse.
That's what it's all about.
Might have been known to have the odd refreshment following a game as well. All right, so we've got the first delivery of the game proper now being delivered. Jack on its way. Lions have the honour. That's about 4 metres from the tee. Just as we start, the sun peeks out of the clouds.
Still got a few clouds threatening around us.
Well, we have had the match time brought forward by half an hour because of the forecasted poor weather.
Good start
here.
Great
start from Matty McGaw. Former Central Coast junior.
Yes, new to our club this year, young Matt.
Josh Bell. Well, it's a good area to miss, and I know Lee Schreiner, his preference is if you're going to miss long. Don't get in his way.
Bowls behind the head's very handy.
Matt McGaw ideally would like to finish in behind as well here, and that is pretty good. Josh Bell looks to be on a pretty good line again. Still just a little on the long side. I don't think Lee Schreiner will be too upset about having two bowls in behind the jack.
Not at all.
Dan Scanlon, relatively new to the game, Dan. Former Engadine player, played in the rookie state finals just after we came out of COVID.
I think he started 2018.
Yeah, so they've been playing 6 to 7 years, so he was one of the ones that missed out because the COVID restrictions and got to play, extended it to allow people to have their second crack.
Pretty handy bowl there.
Very good effort from Lockie Freeman. Second shot. And those nice close bowls that we predicted. First end. Two absolute corkers. He doesn't need a lot of correction. He's just looking to slightly overplay this, just a little bit of contact on that shot bowl, or just going to get him behind. Splits up the two Mount Lewis bowls, so good home. Just saw Nathan Black's foot go in between Mount Lewis bowl and the last bowl, indicating for Nathan Wise that's where he'd like him to be. Be pretty happy with that one as well. Peter Taylor, very quick on the mat is Pete. Very close to this.
Very good bowl.
Got the little kick. So Wisey, one down, maybe two. Certainly good enough to put it back. Looks like it's just going to be a fraction on the wide side. Slightly wide, maybe a little bit heavy, but good intent. Peter Taylor, pretty good line, does not really want to get too much contact, and he's chipped it out. I'd say it's back to one at least for Mount Lewis now.
When that jack moves away, it's sometimes brutal for you. You think you touch the jack and it's very handy, but sometimes that jack's got a mind of its own.
Well, the difference between an absolute cracking bowl and one that you'd rather have back again, sometimes it's one revolution of the bowl. That's it. Nathan Black. Just going to hang a little bit. Brilliant weight. So Lee Schreiner just asked if that bowl counted. The answer was no.
A little bit of weight here.
Really looking for the Mount Lewis bowl. Well, got everything but it.
I think he clipped the third wood out of the way there.
Plenty of cheers on the other rinks. You expect both of these sides to be pretty vocal. A little bit tighter line on this one. Well, that would be fairly inviting for Lee Schreiner.
It's framed up there.
It's an excellent delivery, but it's one that he probably would have preferred to be just a bit on the narrower side. Very close.
Not a bad track.
Just wants it to flop in the inside of that.
That backhand away from the club's holding a little bit on that side. That's that narrow hand we were talking about earlier.
A little bit of breeze coming through. So we'll put the tape on to see if it is two. Tails has just put his derriere in the way. I've asked them all to change their scoreboards pretty much straight away.
Matt McGaw's rolled the similar length again here.
So, yep, we've got Matty McGaw, of course, the lead on the graphic. That's a fairly handy start, probably 25 centimetres short of the jack. Was just the one to Mount Lewis on that end.
Just the one.
Well, it's a sparkling start from Matt McGaw, really. One on and one behind.
Very handy.
Don't get much better than that.
I don't think Josh will be short on this one.
As we've said, the challenge for the Terrace guys is that they've got their green running quite quickly.
Just out of the count, that last bowl of Josh.
Dan.
A little bit of weight.
Yeah, that's going to be right.
A little bit too much weight on this one.
A little bit excited there. Probably just saw Josh fall short and said, oh, I'm not going to be short. Don't think Dan would be worried about being on the camera. I think he'd actually enjoy it.
I think he likes it. He's got the shades on.
Well,
Pretty
good ball
handy
from
shot
Lockie
there.
Freeman. Still a chance there, up and over their own bowl. Only one down. Dan's quick again. He's going to stay on, which is going to be absolutely the best back. It's right under the rink number. Lockie just around his own. Little touch is not going to hurt either. Josh Bell's in behind. Well, third Lee Schreiner just say close. Be happy with that. He said well played.
Yep. Two good bowls there from
Nathan Wise. Just looking to get up and over their own, back to the two Terrace bowls. He's just over halfway between the tee and the ditch. Chance here for Peter Taylor. His bread and butter shot, just that little reach. Turn their own, little trail. Oh, he's got a toucher.
It's just touched, yes.
Didn't move it.
Need another one amongst it. Better speed, you get. Hold on. Hang on.
What colour would you say Wisey's bowls are?
Wisey's bowls are black and turquoise, I believe.
Just a little unlucky there. He's just poked the wrong one up and over.
Hasn't changed the score, still only the one to the lines there.
Now, Peter Taylor looking for position. Lee Schreiner's just got his foot in the head. Tail's not quite where he wanted it. Only about a metre short of where Lee asked for it. There are now 4 Raymond Terrace bowls sitting within 50 centimetres behind the jack. So Nathan Black, if he's got a dead draw or hit hard. If he hits hard, they've got the best 3 at the back.
Get it right now.
Well, you got the jack, it's out to the side, and I think it is 1 to Mount Lewis. The white bowl just past the tee. The white only, both Mount Lewis's bowls. See this one on replay. Just got a little bit of contact. He wanted that to go right through to the ditch. Lee Peter Taylor has got the toucher in the ditch now as well. He'd back Lee Schreiner to draw this.
Open draw for Lee, yes.
And Lee would be, well...
He's a bit short.
Yeah. Commentator's curse. And Nathan Black. Oh, is that going to be a pest to him? Could be. Could be a couple here. So Nathan Black is playing his forehand just coming underneath. As long as he stayed in. Looks like he'll be well and truly in.
He's in, yes.
Oh, Schreiner means business. He's got his cap on backwards.
It's not far away here.
Good here, mate.
One to Terrace. Josh Bell uses an aerodynamic, size 4.5. Been bowling for about 17 years, started as a junior. .31.
Very handy start here.
You'd be very pleased with that one. So Matt McGaw. He's been playing the opening two ends very, very well. Can he continue with this? Very good line. Oh, if you can't be shot, be close and behind. Josh Bell. Ideally, would love to get back to that Matt McGaw bowl.
Heavy, you've got a very good bowl.
Yes. Got some congratulations from his teammates. Count and cover. And Matt looking just a dead draw here. This to get back.
Good shots, mate.
Well, it's another one in the head. It's even better than his previous. Very close to second shot. Lucky Freeman. Ideally, going to drop in and just sit on McGaw's bowl. Well, very good home.
Very good home there, yes.
I think it counts. Dan Scanlon. Oh, a little bit
under.
Bit quick for the last end, and this end he's just dropped his first one short.
Go again, mate. Don't be scared of it.
Lockie can play with a lot of confidence here. He sits on his own. He'll push the Matt McGaw bowl through. Happens to be a little long and wide. Goes to good home. So it's just held his line, and he will finish at the back. So that head set up, and the attacking nature that Nathan Wise and Nathan Black have. Oh, Dan didn't look real happy with that one. He just leapt up a little bit behind that, pulled his arm across.
Bowls is a bit like golf. Jump off that mat too quickly, the bowl's not going to go anywhere.
As much as I cringe about everyone saying we just got to go through our processes, you do. And this is going to be a good result for the Terrace, but it's just made a big fat target.
They might be holding fort there.
Could very well be, but I dare say Nathan Black's looked at that and gone, oh, okay. Because Nathan Wise.
Having a bit of a run.
Well, it's 3 now. And that was the little danger that they could clear their own. So will Tails go for cover or try and just block this head up all? Well, it just looks like a nice little draw in, similar to his previous.
Just building the head up.
Wouldn't mind just changing this a little bit, I think, too. It hasn't made it any fatter. No doubt it will see another whack. Oh, Dan's short one's cleared. That's 4 very good shots there for Raymond Terrace. Nathan Black under a little bit of early pressure. And the Lions, well, they're out to a good lead here. You can see the other 2 scores. Brett Spur up 3-1 over 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗨𝗠, and Scotty T 5-0 up over Matty Bouse. So the Lions are out of the blocks here at the Den. So 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗨𝗠 really love to make a score here. But he'd be only too aware of the skill of Nathan Black. I think he might have been deliberately trying to fall a little bit short and put a block in. Nathan just pulled back as there was an aggressive shot next door. He's going for a whack as well. Well, it looks a big target, but obviously it's not. It's probably only about 3 bowls wide. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗨𝗠 looks on a pretty good line. He didn't want it to build that target.
I think he was trying to put a little bit of a blocker there.
He would have loved that finish on the centre line. Last bowl of the head, Nathan Black, a lot closer with this one. Oh, and he's just peeled off. There's at least 3.
There is a white bowl out in the wing that we can't see off camera view.
Pretty sure that was a
3.
Oh, it's just plopped into the sand. So 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗨𝗠's go-to length was. So it is 4. It was a 3.
Was a 3. There was a white bowl on the wing that we couldn't see that counted.
That was the one chopping out the front Schreiner bolt. So brought the mat up a couple of metres. Jack about 2 metres off the tee. Josh Bell setting the tone.
Good start.
The lead, very important in a fours game. The lead sets the tone for the end. Matt, well, that's a good 2 metres short. Pretty well down from Josh Bell again.
Looks good again. Nice little front toucher there from Josh Bell.
You don't get any better than that.
Rolls Royce of lead bowls there. One on, one behind.
You just probably heard the call there to Lachlan Freeman from 𝗟𝗡𝗓𝗓. Draw a shot in the forehand. He'd be happy to turn Josh Bell's bowl in. I'd say 𝗟𝗓𝗓 would actually be happy with that result as well. That's where the jack will spring to. Dan Scanlon be looking for a good end here. Dan using a Taylor GTR size 4. And very good effort. After a couple of loose ends, he'd be ecstatic to have played one of that calibre. Lockie, he's using an Aero Optima size 4. Be happy to get a toucher here or get him behind.
Very handy bowl there.
Yeah.
Jack high.
A little unlucky in one way because that's going to be looking about the size of a house to these players. See a call from Nathan Black. Be arriving. Just needs to get past that one. Just a little on the tight side.
One roll on either bow's really good. Tiny touch of the jack.
Not sure what it came through your audio. He wants him to draw a touch, one roll of either bowl, tiny touch on the jack. These are Peter Taylor's bread and butter shots, that little bit of aggression. If it's 2 or 3, but it's a broad target.
Yep.
Still looks like 2 to the Jets here.
Yard or 2 of weight, just looking to split these 2 shot bowls. Well,
Just not turning enough.
couldn't have played it much better, except just to get that little bit more turn.
You know. Not sure yet.
Peter Taylor not far away here.
Oh,
Nice little touch. Has exposed the jack a little bit on the backhand now.
You're just going to back your speed, mate. Ready? Jack, get the bowls.
Hang on.
oh, well,
Oh, that's a dead end.
and they're going to send him down.
Could be the first of many dead ends on this rink.
Yep. Make my little record keeping more messy. Just keep a few notes of what happens to try and guide me towards the end of the match and look for our hot shots and our hot end.
Josh Bell's got the mat just in front of the tee, 6 inches short. I think they're trying to go tee to tee full length here. Lee's quite happy with the jack roll. Almost full length.
Well, 𝗟𝗓𝗓 known for playing the full length ends. At this stage, we've had some great bowls from all the players, but I think the leads are really playing very good bowls. They've both had a few really good ends. Josh Bell just a bit short with his opening one. I'm sure he'll correct for the next. And Matt McGaw, oh, it's within the old yardstick.
The breezes drop now coming across that hand.
Still just a faint breath, but Josh Bell did not
Purpose.
disappoint.
Very good. Move the jack probably a foot and a half off the tee.
Played it good here, mate. Well played, Matty. Brilliant.
Oh, excellent delivery from Matt McGaw.
Finishing in a great position.
You don't have to get shot to play a great bowl. I just find that a lot of players think they have to get shot every bowl.
I find that with a lot of new players, Andrew, they all think it's very important to touch the jack all the time. It's not. You've got to build heads and make opportunity for the person coming in behind you.
Sometimes the best bowl you can play is to stay away from the jack. Nathan Black's loving the look of this one coming in. Oh, just saw him drop the head, didn't let go. Here's a great effort from Dan Scanlon. Mickey Freeman is going to follow Josh Bell down on that forehand side. Just wonder if they're liking that because they know they're going to get that little bit more turn. Slight breeze coming across. Seems a bit way up. Well, it's just got a little contact on another bowl, pulled up near the ditch. That's the best back. It doesn't need a massive correction here. I think he's quite sent that.
Played that a little tight.
Yeah, not real happy with himself there. He's just saw it. Little purse of the lips. Peter Taylor uses an aerodynamic today, size 3.5. Said to Tails, did you start bowling at about 14? He said, good memory. He's been playing for around 25 years now. Was a member of the New South Wales under-18 side back in the day.
Hang on.
Nathan Wise.
Only one.
Just cut the head a little bit too.
Good winner, State Pairs, playing out of South Tamworth a few years ago. You ask Scott Pud Thorning, Pud carried him. You ask Wisey, Wisey carried Pud.
Of course, Pud would say he's been carried.
Don't be shy.
It was a great campaign from the guys. They did play excellent bowls. I was there and watched it.
Get the towels, yeah? Yep.
And a few clubs, Nathan Wise in the top grade. Had a few years at Belrose.
Hang on.
Played at Engadine, St John's Park. And come across to Mount Lewis.
Promoted his own bowl up there for third wood by the looks of it.
Do know, Wisey, if he's on with his drives, is deadly.
Get some pace on those drives too when he winds up.
He doesn't leave anything to chance. I did hear a story from the Hoover, Michael Harvey, former chairman of our state match committee, entrepreneur extraordinaire. He played in the Dubbo Master Pairs with Wisey. He said they just finishing their first game, and the rink next to them was 14 ends into their second game. He said every time they're in trouble, he just pointed at their bowls and said, hit it, and Wisey hit it and killed it. The story from Һs was that Wisey killed 19 ends in that game.
That's a lot of ends to kill.
So it was usually on the last or second last bowl of the head as well. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 switched over to the backhand side. I'd say he'd be just trying to get down to the white bowl at the back. Just going to crash on Nathan Wise. Bowl a metre and a half short. Don't think Nathan Black's got a lot on but a draw here.
Drawing up here on the backhand. A little bit of weight on the backhand.
I might be just looking for a little bit of contact on that shot bowl.
He's got it.
Unfortunately for him, though, it's just chunked onto Nathan Wise's bowl. So still going to be down.
Be 2 down there.
The good thing, though, for Nathan is he's now got a view of the jack. So 𝗟𝗓𝗓 wants this to finish in front, I'd say. He'd actually... Very hard to pick whether 𝗟𝗓𝗓's happy with something or not. Doesn't give a lot away.
I have noticed the hat's moved to a different position.
Yeah, I don't think we can read too much into that. It might be just protecting the
UV rays.
Yeah.
Not too many smiles from young Nathan Black. He's got a good poker face. Backhand again.
Try and dead draw or run. A little bit of weight, I think.
A little bit of weight.
Probably trying to get underneath that last bowl from 𝗟𝗓𝗓 and get hold of it, but I think that 𝗟𝗓𝗓 bowl just blocked the path. It's 2.
Should be 2. Matt on the tee again for Josh Bell. Rolled full length. After 11 ends, Mount Lewis 11, Raymond Terrace 9.
Not that little jump out to the lead that the Lions had has been reined back in. 𝗟𝗓𝗓 leading 6-1, 3-all between Spur and Litfin. And Scotty T 7-0 up over Matty Bouse.
Brett Spur a little bit unlucky last weekend in the Adelaide Masters. Went down to a young local boy.
Same time the Everest was being played.
That was a
Fielded
cracking
both.
final, I believe. I missed the final of that.
Benny Twist, I think, won that one, didn't he?
Aaron Tees.
Teasy beat Twist in the final.
Did see a picture on social media with TC holding his large cheque for that win. Good tournament to win.
I think there might have been a good friendly ribbing from Corey Wedlock going on there as well. Well, I praised up the leads last end, and they've said don't say anything too much.
Leave it open
loose.
for the seconds.
That's a good effort. About a metre behind though. Still plenty of room for Dan. Not wasting any time.
Jets still holding 3 there.
I dare say none of those will count at the completion of this end.
No.
Well, it's still a couple to the Jets, apparently. But Daylight is first shot still. Lockie. And he drops half a metre to a metre and a bit. He'll be... He's dropped.
That should be the shot bowl.
Yeah, that's the shot.
Still a foot and a half behind.
Just wonder if that's a good sider for Dan. Sometimes it's easier to draw when there's something there to beat.
Yeah, he's only got to put a metre on his last, and he's sitting pretty there behind the jack.
I'm not sure I'd use pretty and Dan in one sentence. Somebody would, but I might get myself in trouble for not calling not pretty.
Yeah, that last one, yeah, still a little bit short there of the shot bowl.
Well, Tails going to change the angle of attack. He's going to come backhand. It is their own bowl on the way in there. Would not mind a toucher at all there, I'd say. But he'd be happy with that one. It's still... It's more than a foot in the old scale, I think.
Yeah.
Probably about 40 centimetres or so.
Probably the shot bowl, but...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Wisey. This one looks a bit quick to me.
Does look quick, Andrew.
Good look, mate. Mate, look, Wisey.
Just a metre. I'd be jumping up and down and cheering if I put that one in, but this company, you'd be going, well, that's a good cider. I think Tails be looking for 50 centimetres on his previous.
Not wasted. Well done, Tails.
Just going to sit next to Nathan Wise's bowl. Don't think it counts. Looking to just lose a metre of weight. I don't think he has. I think he's
Still scooting
bit
through.
on.
I think it's actually in the ditch.
Oh.
A bit heavy.
The Albatross says, it'll stop, it'll stop. And he says, yep, the sand stops him every time. Not sure the Albatross will be watching. He'll probably be back at the my home club celebrating. I believe our sevens got up.
Come on, baby. Yeah, baby.
Lee Schreiner. A few chances on this hand. He's just looking to dead draw the shot, but got a couple of options available, but needed to be, well, another metre at least on that one. Nathan Black, he's been in a bit of trouble. He's just trying to follow that one down.
A little bit on the high side.
He just played a little bit of a safe line to try and not connect with Lee Schreiner's bowl. Schreiner can afford to be a little bit tight though, because a toucher across to the right or left of the rink from the back view is nothing but good for them. Probably doesn't want to expose the jack though. Oh, yeah, they've cheered that. It's rolled it just enough.
I think he's just in front by being a couple of millimetres from this side angle view that we've got.
2 or 3.
It's on the line, so every chance it's a counter.
Nathan Black loses half a metre of weight and half a metre of grass. He'll have a
He's got a little
side
jog
toucher
coming. He's a bit short, I think.
Just needs to get around that ball. Oh. Well, I think you're right though. I think he needed another 25 centimetres of weight. It is a 3 more to Raymond Terrace. on the fifth end.
That should nearly see us all squared up on the main board. 12 shots each after 12 ends.
Well, that mat is just short of being as far back as it can go. So, are you ready to holiday in every way with Royal Caribbean as Friends of Bowls New South Wales? Royal Caribbean is proud to present members with an exclusive member offer, whether you're looking for a chill-filled short getaway or a longer adventure to New Zealand or the South Pacific with the whole family. Royal Caribbean offers escapes for everyone. Even better, once you unpack all your main meals, live entertainment, and adults-only solarium, and most on-board activities are included. Book your cruise holiday now and get up to an additional $100 off existing promotions when you use the code BOWLSNSW. Visit the link in our YouTube bio for more information, and of course, conditions do apply. Well, I wouldn't mind a cruise. I've never been on one.
Be quite nice.
I wouldn't mind a holiday. Josh Bell just got the little feather there. Probably just as well. I think if he'd have gone straight through, he might have just done a bit of damage to his own bowl. Matt McGaw. Oh, got a fairly good correction there. Very good second shot. Freeman wants to come underneath the short Matt McGaw bowl. Would be happy to turn onto Lockie's bowl. Well, he's got the feather and in.
Still on the line.
Well, Dan's got serious. The shades have come off. Does reflect though, the sun has just disappeared behind the clouds. Tomorrow's weather, it's not looking good. Hopefully we'll get our platinum rounds in the morning before too much precipitation occurs. So Lockie, wide a line with this one. Saw Lee Schreiner's hands in the background. Turned his own up. That's two.
Lean up through that, mate.
The call from Nathan Black was to be up through it.
A bit of weight on the backhand here from Dan Scanlon.
Well, gets those two right on the nose of the back bowl, can get a good result. Well, that's...
He's got shot out of that.
There's a little bit of good fortune there, but then again, the good fortune was that he was about the right weight and line to get a result.
Oh, lock it out. You draw it off. Lockies is a foot in front. One turn on Locks is close.
Just a nice confident draw here for Peter Taylor. Saw the hand go out. He thinks it's going to be narrow. No friendly rub available, but it's come back to a good home.
From the mat, this forehand draw would be very inviting.
Speed's awesome.
I just wonder whether Terrace might consider a backhand. Not a runner, but just over draw weight to try and get underneath the white ball.
Well done, mate. Well played.
Well,
Draw touch it, mate.
4. What do you call those sticker colours? Rainbows? One yellow and the 4 rainbows around it. So Wisey would love a little bit of contact on this to sit and stay. Oh, it's a great home. That's very well done. Gave it every chance to get a good result. 𝗣𝗟𝗓𝗓 next to play. Just having a look, working out. That bowl might just be in the way of him playing the shot he wants on the back end. He might just try and play a little tight deliberately on the forehand, try and push shot bowl through. And if you're just a little bit too tight, get the inside of that shorter bowl, it'll run you onto it. And he's lining up forehand.
A little bit of weight.
So looking for the shot bowl clean. Got the jack as well.
And a kill.
No, still in. No, it's out.
It is a kill, yes.
One killed in each direction now.
Not quite a full-length roll here from Josh Bell.
Well, you just saw on camera Josh shaking his head, not happy. About 40 centimetres or so short. And Matt McGaw says thank you. I'll come around that one. Trainer gives that one an applause.
The skipper very happy with the lead bowls.
You liked that he was positive. About 6 feet through with that one, but gets the applause from teammates and the crowd as well. 1 on, 1 behind, always described as the perfect lead bowls. Dan Scanlon. Just following Matty McGaw down. Line is pretty good, but just didn't quite push that one. Oh, they're watching it.
They're not bad bowls, mate. Good efforts.
Just going to be probably just a tad quick. A bit less weight, he might have picked the jack up on that weight, on that line. Dan needs 1.8 metres, 6 foot in the old terms. Just back from where he wanted to be. I think it's out of the count.
Out of the count, yes.
Fallen out as well. There's a nice line in here for the Terrace. Their own bowl. Get a little slide off it. Nothing to be scared of. They've got interest.
They like it.
Well, it's got the touch and just give it a little kiss on the way past. Still wonder the Lions. Willing it down. And there's a toucher as well. That's two.
To the Lions.
Can you see the jack on the forehand? You get after it, you move anything at the front's going to help us.
Get after it was the instruction.
Yep.
I don't think 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗨𝗡 needs too many invitations. Got rid of the shot bowl. Nathan Wise, previous bowl counted. Didn't change too much. Lose 5 centimetres of weight. That's about it. Would love this to get back to the centre line.
Same weight, just a little bit wider.
Yeah, just...
Open draw here for Lee.
His own bowl on the way in, but he'll want to just miss that and get down to the shot bowl. Oh, he
Promoted his own.
might have just flopped in.
Calls one shot from Nathan Wise.
So, Terrace bowls on the track in on the backhand. Doesn't want the outside of it.
Bit of excitement on the middle rink for the goat. Steve Glasson over there.
Right, pink bowls right next to the jack. Nathan, this looks a bit of a high line and quick to me. Well, don't think he's got in there. Very close.
Very close.
The line wasn't high and the quickness was, well, 10 centimetres. Big call. Well, 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗨𝗡 saying you can afford to attack this. There's 2 of ours on the way in. If you clean out the 2 Lions bowls, you'll be holding a few. But get that jack back is good. Trainer is a very analytical player.
There's enough room there for him to move that jack to the right of the screen as he'd be coming down.
Just lining up for him. No, back in. Wants his own.
To the ball, jack.
And, well, That's a result. Could be holding.
Definitely holding one.
Maybe two. Just want to measure. There we go. Lee always happy to give us a little bit of information as he walks past. Nathan Black, once again, under the pump. Does it get any better?
Quality bowl there. Matt's up around 5 metres from the tee.
No surprise there. Bring the mat up.
Small team talk for short ends.
Oh, it was good too. It wasn't a Mothers Club meeting, which drags on and on. Or an analysis session in the bar afterwards from some rinks. Get in, get what you got to say said, and get on with the game. I like it. And good to see the mat, or the jack, placed correctly at the 2 metre mark. I know I bang on about some things, but at the 2 metre mark is always a good way to describe it rather than on the 2 metre mark. Because the jack should be on the ditch side of the tee.
Good start there from Matt McGaw.
Jack high, perfect weight. Problem is with the jack high bowl though, it invites this sort of shot. They flop in off it.
Lovely reply from Josh.
Probably happy that it just fell forward. Jack high means you got your weight perfect, but not the best place to finish because it just provides that little ledge or shelf. The one sitting in front though. Oh, it's a great effort. Would have loved another 30 centimetres on that though. So what does Josh Bell do now? Tries to draw to Matt McGaw's bowl. Just put a little bit on it. If it pulls up, it's good. It stayed on.
Just hanging on the edge of the ditch down there.
Oh, when you've got someone who attacks like Wisey and Nathan Black, Dan can get... Oh, he's just got the feather on that bowl. Really want to come around and try and sit that shot bowl. You got that one in the middle, it was good.
Yeah, if you hit it fat, it was very handy.
The difference between a good result and not so, quarter of a bowl width. Lockie Freeman, still that nice little forehand draw. Just been a little tentative with this. We were predicting a great clash here in the TAB Platinum Pennant. We're at the Den, the home of the Mount Lewis Lions. It's the Jets that are flying higher at the moment though, 21-13. Matty Bouse has just clawed back the deficit to Scotty Tholburn. Now 8-4 after 6 on that ring. Cohen Litfin has an 8-3 advantage over Brett Spur. And Elise Rayner, our feature rink. It's the Jets that have been dominating here. It's 9-2. Well, yeah, not too bad. I think the Lions will be happy with that result. Opens the backhand up for him. There's a nice little trail back to Matt McGaw's bowl now. So that one on the backhand there, Terry, do you reckon Wisey will be just looking for a foot or two of weight?
Does. It looks framed up there for him. One on the jack, one sitting just to the left-hand side.
Try a little bit.
Giving it plenty of chance. In off.
Oh, great shot.
Yep. Precisely what you wanted.
Was he?
Nice angles up the back end, but just to the ditch. You don't want to smack out too hard. You're a chance through that. You can get back off that straight to the jack.
Please ask for a little bit of weight there from Peter Taylor.
Wants the gap straight down the jack. Happy to get their own bowl.
Not too bad.
No harm, no foul. Pushed another one of their own back, so has probably improved the line a little bit for them.
There, get to there, mate. Turn Matty's good.
Still 2.
Nathan Wise on the draw.
I reckon Wise he'd love to draw a toucher here.
Matty.
Just gonna. It won't change the shot. I can still see backhand swing. That breeze just picked up. It will hold its line on that hand. Wants the jack.
It's a good line here.
And he's popped it straight back into the ditch. And, well, that's now 3 at least to the Jets.
High fives all around for the Jets.
It is definitely only 3. And once again, Nathan Black facing pressure. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 joining the Jets as skipper. Just pushed Peter Taylor back to 3rd for 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡, and this combination has really been effective. Slightly inside out draw here for 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡, just looking for a clear path.
And then the Nathan Wise's bowl.
Problem for Nathan Black is too, is he got a path to draw within a metre of the ditch. Very hard to get shot. He'd love to get second. Wants some clear air. But I actually would have loved to have got contact with those white bowls. Would have been breaks or turn them in.
Yeah, promote one forward.
𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 really only needs to get just past the tee. Be happy to get that one up and over. Well, should be 4.
It's 3. Takes the score to 12-2. After 7 ends.
So we're a third of the way in on our feature rink. Josh Bell. Through by good 2 metres there.
This ball's
said
quick
that.
too from Matt McGaw.
It's a fairly big correction.
It's taken a bit of weight off. Fairly handy there.
Well, it's within the old yardstick. He's not overly happy with it though, just that little bit short. McGaw just wants to get past this one. Oh, he's just crashed on the back of Josh Bell's bowl. It's now just over a bowl short of Jack High, so it's made it quite a bit better. Lockie Freeman, he'll play on his forehand. He'd love to hide this Jack away.
Only a touch wide. Weight was very good.
Yeah, just past the back of the Jack. Dan just wants us to get down to the Jack. Fantastic effort.
Second shot.
He just fell out. I think he might have been shot for about a quarter of a second. Does mean that the Jets have got to be a little bit more careful there. They haven't got that clean run. Popped his own on the back, pushed a little bit closer. Dan wants to be up and over his own. Oh, just not quite. Just looking for a slightly high line. Just wants to flop inside Lockie Freeman's bowl. Just needs to get around Scanlon's bowls. The back door.
Touch short.
You can't get in the back door if you're not sneaking with the right weight. That would be looking a little bit congested from the head end though. Well pointed from Nathan Wise. Plenty of traffic there for the Terrace to negotiate. Might be a case where you deliberately play through those bowls, try and use Nathan Wise's bowl as breaks.
Yes, if he comes off Nathan Wise, he's straight onto the Jack here. Little touch of it. Excellent.
Fantastic bowl, Peter Taylor.
Should be at least 2 to the Jets here.
What do you want?
Call is for a touch of weight here from Nathan Wise. Touch of weight on the backhand.
Nothing crazy, he's just looking for a foot or two.
It's delicate weight. It's enough. It's enough for the shot.
Let's just do a standard, coverage for today.
Lee Schreiner, I dare say he'll be looking for a very similar line to Nathan Wise, but would like about 10 centimetres more weight just to tuck that Jack around the corner to Tails' bowl. Not happy because he knew he was tight.
Take a few more photos, kind of like bench on Charlie. If anything, it might, see what opportunities there are.
Nathan Black, well, There's not a lot on for him here, really, is there?
He doesn't want to touch the jack and move it in towards that green and gold bowl.
Nathan would actually like to just get past. Well,
lovely bowl there.
I dare say 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗏's licking his lips, looking at that bowl's position though. Just a beautiful guide. Backhand there, just over the draw. In fact, 𝗟𝗓𝗏 can use 4 feet of weight. Get the edge of that. Jack goes across. He's got everything waiting back left of rink here. But the breeze is just going to push him out.
Nathan Black doesn't want any movement of that jack. Doesn't want to kick it to the right.
I think they call that a very safe line. But it is 2.
They've been stuck on that 2 for a long time.
So they've doubled their score. 's gone. 12-4. And the mat is a good 5 metres up from the tee again. It's common to see teams bring the mat up against 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗏, noted tee-to-tee player. Quite a few of our elite bowlers will go to tee-to-tee knowing that they've practiced it lots. Or should I say they've trained for it?
Lots of drills.
Yes.
Jack to jack, tee-to-tee, sorry.
I did say to Lee, and I did ask Lee before they started bowling how long he'd been playing bowls. So about 31 years he's been playing bowls. I said, that's lots of practice. And he said, I prefer to think of it as training. Good point. That's why they deliver so often, as they train for the situation and they have confidence in their own abilities. Good start from Matt McGaw. And that's one of the secrets as bowls is 50% mental in my mind.
It is.
You've got to have the ability on the green. You've got to train to do it so that you can repeat what you're doing.
Muscle memory, very important in bowls.
But you've got to have clear direction in what you're going to do. You get on the mat and you play the bowl. As soon as you doubt what you're doing, you're not going to do it.
If you jump on the mat and switch the bowl over in your hand, that's it, you're gone. As soon as that memory's gone.
Have said I cringe at the sportsman interview. Yeah, we just got to follow our processes. But you do need a shot routine, a pre-shot and a shot routine. And the best I ever saw at it was Jo Edwards, the famous Kiwi female player. She would have the bowl behind the mat, would just roll it with a foot once, pick it up, see her stand behind the mat, visualise, get herself, that's the spot I'm going to hit. She'd walk onto the mat and have herself lined up perfectly, and then the arm would go to the right position, and then the step forward, just beautifully executed.
Yes.
Wisey. It's a little thump on the Terrace bowl, pushes it through. Just got on the outside, so he's rolled a little bit of weight. Still 1 to the Terrace. Tails, he's very quick on the mat, but he's also quite deliberate in his approach. Wouldn't mind a little slide and touch.
Very handy bowl there.
Would have liked that just to flop over as well. Nathan Wise, he wants to just get a little bit of breaks here. He won't mind. He's just got the slide too much. A little chunk there's pushed him onto the side of Peter Taylor's bowl and flopped it over. I dare say Terrace guys are happy that didn't just get a little slide more than the chunk. Very technical term that, the chunk on the bowl. Tails just running for a little bit of cover. Good home. I think our scoreboard reflects how the game's gone. A number of times I've said Nathan Black under a little bit of pressure, in a bit of trouble. Just going to be under the line.
Yeah, a little bit under. Extremely lucky with the weather at the moment. Looks like the clouds have moved away from Mount Lewis.
Well, I'm made out of sugar. I don't want it to rain.
No.
Very well pointed. Oh, well.
Very close.
You don't play it any better and not get a result. Just got the feather, touch and ran away. Probably cut it back to one though.
Definitely cut back to only one. Tuck the bowl, the jack in behind the Jets bowl a little bit.
Well, 𝗟𝗓𝗓, if he can just get a roll and a half out of that last Nathan Black bowl, Nathan hasn't got an answer to him either. He could be holding as many as 4 here, I think. At the moment, the Jets sit in 7th place. Whereas the Lions, they're 3 from the bottom, so they're in 9th.
He's playing the forehand here, hunting for that.
Well, can't get it this way.
That's one way of getting it.
He'd be putting his hand up and saying sorry, but that's effective. That's 4 at least.
That is 4 shots.
So 16-4.
16-4 after 9.
After 3 rounds, we've got 3 teams with an unbeaten record in Engadine Cougars, Maryland's Magic, Cabramatta Bulls. That's 1, 2 and 3 on the ladder on shots for and against. The Cougars with a plus 48, the Magic plus 28, and the Bull Ants plus 17. Gorillas, who will take on the Jets tomorrow, and they're in 4th with 2 wins. East Maitland also 2 wins, the Griffins, and Wenty Leagues 2 wins. 6th. Difference between those 3 sides is points difference. The Gorillas plus 28, the Griffins plus a plus 11. Oh, the difference is also points. The rink's 1. So Cougars 28, Magic 26.5, Cabramatta 26, Gorillas 22.5, East Maitland Griffins 20, and the Magpies 19. Jets are on 11, Carlingford 10, St John's Park 6.5, Mount Lewis on 4, Belrose 3.5, and Tarrant Point on the bottom with 3. 2 rounds this weekend, very important, and the Magic's going to have to do it without Jack McShane. He'll be on his way back from the UK after having won the World Indoor Singles. That's another good result, and that breeze.
He's just picked up, yes. Jets holding 2 here.
Nathan Black's just got the fingers out, willing that one to pull up.
Hi, Dan.
Well, Schreiner's willing this to have some contact. Would have loved it to give his own bowls a little kick in or sit that last Dan Scanlon bowl. Well, where have we got to watch out for the weather, Terry?
With that breeze blowing behind us, it should be coming behind us here in the commentary position. Looking out, we're facing west at the moment, and those clouds, they're a long way away from us.
Yeah, go on.
But the rain will come from behind us.
It's not looking all that threatening at the moment.
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
But that breeze does feel
breeze is cooler.
An ominous one.
We will have a quick look at the weather radar here. Still looking in our favour, which is promising.
What are you thinking?
Well, let's hope it's just the weather forecasters being a little pessimistic. Nathan Wise.
A little bit of weight.
Into crash here. Got the jack. Well, hands on head. He's got the jack, and it's just scooted along the face of the bank. But they are. It is 3 shots to the lines at the moment. So the hands on head, probably because it's just now given them a little bit of room for the Jets and Tails. He's got past the 2 metre mark, but not quite enough. Might be third.
Should be third wood, by the looks of it there.
Either go the ball for 3 or draw another. Get you another one in there and let you go.
I think the lines need to draw.
Yeah,
All it was there to jack in the bowl in the ditch. Definitely need to draw. There's a long way between jack and shot pole there.
Only got to clear.
Just needs to get past Tails' bowl.
Well played, Wisey.
He has. That's a counter.
Well done.
And it's tough drawing to the ditch instead of just drawing to a jack on the green.
It is hard drawing to the ditch.
And the reason is you've only got half the margin of error.
That's correct.
You're drawing to the ditch, you have to finish short. So if you've got nearest bowl half a metre away, you actually have almost a metre of room with a jack on the tee.
Yes.
Because you can finish half a metre short, half a metre long. But here, you can only finish half a metre short.
I'm sure this gentleman on screen, he won't be short with this one. Pretty handy here.
Well, he's good enough to do it.
Speed looks fairly good. A little bit of traffic.
Well, that would have changed it up, though. I think it might only be a couple now. And the bad news for... Oh, it's just the one.
Just the one from...
Well, maybe two, says Wisey. Either that or he's just being a bit rude to you.
Could be a bit being rude to me.
Yeah, well. Bit of trivia for you. The two-fingered salute comes from medieval times. The English long bow archers were feared because of the power of their weapons, and the French promised to cut off the two fingers that drew the string back.
Their bow fingers.
Their bow fingers, should they ever capture them. And so they used to flick up the bird to the French and saying, "Come get them." Just one of the thousands of bits of useless trivia I have. But did Nathan Black get in then? Very close to it.
He stayed on deck.
So Lee Schreiner can beat his own. Looks like he's going to hit traffic. Yeah, well, he might have... No, I don't think he's done any damage.
Still two's a call from Nathan Wise.
Oh, is this the lift that the Lions need on this rink? 12 behind.
Pace looks good at the moment from young Nathan Black. Call is to sit. Well done.
Well,
good ball.
That is an absolute cracker. So in number 10, 3 shots to the Lions, takes them to 7-16. I think Nathan Black, last bowl, deserves a look in for a hot shot. So if you notice I'm scribbling things down, I'm just keeping an eye on who's won what end and taking some notes, so that our comms people don't spank me at the end of the game and say you didn't do your job. Great little rapport we have between the sport and comms team. We work together fairly closely throughout the last month. Spent 3 weeks in Ballina and a week in Roomula together.
And plenty of bowls happening at the moment.
Yes.
Leading up to the Australian Open as well. Not far away.
Well, staff have also shared a house for 3 weeks in Ballina, so we had to get along.
Of course.
We did ask our female comms person if she'd rather have a accommodation by herself instead of sharing with the buffy blokes, and she said no thanks, you guys cook well for us. Try and look after each other.
That's what it's all about, having each other's back.
Oh, great bowl. Well, it's just like bowls, it's all teamwork. Dan Scanlon. Can he just lift for this back half of the game?
He's on the jacky.
What a great bowl.
He's got a smile on his face, showing his pearly whites.
Is that Dan's first effort? It is. So that would be bowl 2, 3, 5. Unfortunately for Dan, though, Lockie Freeman has just gone and raided the nest. He's got to do it again.
Joys of long bowl. She put down a good bowl. Someone's going to destroy it.
Dan, go on then. Hurry up!
It's made a bit of contact here.
That is actually a great bowl. He's given that every chance, turned his own up. Gets the low 5 from Matt McGaw. Very well deserved. So Lockie didn't look too excited as that one left, but see 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗨𝗠 in front. He's got his eyes all over it. Brilliantly punched through.
Notice when Lockie was on the mat there, he doesn't take up much real estate on the mat. He's tucked right over onto the edge of the mat with his foot.
Yeah, it's personal preference where you deliver from. It might also be different from hand to hand. Nathan Wise was on the outside of the mat delivering backhand.
Turn off. Turn off. Turn off. Wow,
Remember the old hard heads at club I used to play at. He'd say if there's a breeze blowing, get on the inside of the mat, play the narrow hand. You haven't got to take much grass. Let the breeze hold you out by that line.
Yes.
It's a judgment call whether you want to try and ride the wind or let the wind blow you.
Hold off now then.
That was a little bit quickish.
Last one did. Good, Ozzy.
Nathan Black's willing it to come in. That's a couple of good bowls from Nathan Wise.
Just pass, mate.
So you say will force a change of hand for 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗨𝗡. Backhand, he'll try and just arrive to those.
Still enough room and sit in there.
Can turn his own or sit the shot bowl.
I know now.
And he's got it. Dead centre, sat inside.
Good reply.
Well, I've got probably prematurely hot end written down on end 11, but it's certainly living up to it so far. I wrote that down after the seconds, and the thirds have played bombs as well. Let's see what the skippers can do.
I think they've got a few bombs in their arsenal, these guys.
Nathan Black,
He can surprise.
hottest prospects, and 𝗟𝗡𝗓𝗏. Been around for a few years now, at the pointy end of nearly everything he plays in. Can he miss that front one? No.
Not much turn on that hand now.
Yeah, a little bit of breeze. Actually doesn't feel quite as cold on that breeze anymore either.
No.
Is that a good thing or is it not though? A little bit of aggression probably going to come here. Can get through and whack those shot bowls. Can get a result.
Controlled weight here from Nathan Black.
So be hoping to push something through. Well.
Don't think that was the plan.
Yeah, that one's more of the luck than class. He gave it a chance, but could still be 2 shots to the terrace though.
Looks like 2. The camera angle.
If it is 2, will Lee try and draw another? Won't want any touch on that jack at all. If he is down, ideally you draw a back touch and roll that jack forward. Big call to put to call it and play it though.
We're not down. Definitely one with that. I do like
Yeah, hard to pick from that angle.
Must be 2. He said, I'm not playing it. He's just dropped his bowl in the head.
Keep it in his pocket.
Well, even if it's 1, that's probably a great decision. Did have my teammates one day. I had the last bowl of the head and said, no, I think I'll just take that shot. And one of the teammates said, that's the best bowl you've played all day.
It's a nice compliment.
One thing you can guarantee, some of the fellas I've played with will not miss an opportunity to serve me.
We haven't seen Josh roll a tee to tee length now. He's probably 2 metres short of the tee.
Yeah. Just wonder if they've shifted tactics, decided that's the better length, or he's just mucked it up.
He did almost put it on Lee's toe, so that's what the skipper wants.
Well, it's not a bad start. 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗏. Breeze will just push him in a little bit here. Will it still be as sheltered this end with the breeze coming that direction?
It will, if it changes, it comes to from the south, you'll get a lot of protection down this end.
What's that, an easterly?
It is blowing from the east at the moment.
Well, Josh has punched it through. I think they're still holding 1 for the Lions.
Just 1 for the Lions.
𝗥𝗢𝗨, well, needs to make sure he's up with this one. Ideally, you'd be getting a little touch on that jack. They come inside that bowl. Wants it to swing now.
Just a little shy. A little short there.
Yeah, it does push the Terrace onto the forehand. So Lockie, there's a couple of chances there. Can use Josh Bell's bowl or can come down to the shot. Gets the inside flick. Nope, gone through the gap. Applause from his teammates though, because it's in a useful area.
Always handy behind.
So 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗡 wants to arrive, but not with anything dramatic. Just drawing down to the jack. Not here.
Play inside it, mate. Play weight.
A little grimace from Dan. He knows he's not quite executed what he wanted there. Lockie doesn't need a hell of a lot of correction. Wants the shot bowl. Got the shot bowl. Didn't move it very far though. There's still the opportunity here for Dan Scanlon. Just to arrive at the jack. Nice little touch on this he wants, but...
Running to his own.
Yeah, who put that short one there? I think he would have been very close with that had he not got the stop.
Weight looked promising.
You draw the shot with the backward makes it good. Draw it. Can work off belly.
So the call was there, just draw the shot. Can work in off Josh Bell's bowl. Well, he's turned it up, but Probably still one to the lines. Nathan Black says they got one.
It's under the back white bowl there.
Nathan Wise going to switch that backhand side. I think they've got a little bit of protection there. Can get a path. Can also push that one up. Well, hasn't hurt them.
Opens it up there anyway. Bit better line to the jack.
Do you try and turn your own up with the forehand, or do you like play through the little bit of danger and try and rip that shot bowl out? Would need a little bit of weight to get through there. Doesn't want Wisey's bowl though. Lee Schreiner just said, you get ours, you get Nathan Wise's with any weight, you can get rid of all of ours. He's going to go big, but going to make sure he's a little bit on the high side.
He's got Wisey, so it's a kill. The medium length rolled by Josh Bell.
Well, obviously, Lee Schreiner feels that they've got more chances of good results on the medium length rather than the long.
Cracking start here from Josh.
Just in behind, no touch. Matt McGaw, given it a big chance, just not quite got the speed needed. Oh. Changes the lead's hand. And one of our favourite sayings, change hands, fall short.
Yes. Did hear Lee Strainer just say that's the slower side.
Generally, as a lead, you'll pick one side of the green. And you'll just keep playing that side. Just get in your rhythm.
Yes, lead is my preferred position, and yeah, get one side and stick to it. That's where you stay.
Lead, I think, is a very specialised position. Because you play your two bowls and everyone else goes after you.
Yes, that happens.
You need to be able to switch back on again when it's your turn to bowl. I often find the skipper always involved. It can be easier to keep your concentration going because you're not switching on and switching off again.
Playing lead at this level, definitely the jack roll is very important. I know most play skippers get quite upset if if you're a foot short of where they wanted it. You get a bit of a frown look coming at you.
think that's why they're not picking Matt Lead now too. I get the Jack in the same postcode usually. Oh, that was a little unlucky. I think if he got past that one, he was bang on Josh Bell's bowl. Just got the little glide. The Jets still got that lead on the board. Got out to that lead. Mount Lewis started well, and then the Jets have run them down and got the Lions, though, they've been hanging on now for the last few ends. That lead hasn't grown too much. A couple of good ends. They might just claw that back.
Jets still 13 ahead on the major board.
Matty Bouse has clawed back to all square, 9-all with Scotty Tholborn. Scotty was, what, 7-0 up?
Yes.
Colin Litfin leads Brett Spur 9-7. So Spurry's got back into his work as well, because Colin had a couple more than that lead, but the 11 shots lead on this rink is the backbone of the Jets' advantage. So we can just see the Lions get a couple of ends in a row on this rink. We might just see a little bit of a roar here in the den. That big ball of fire in the sky's out again. We've got shadows on the green.
Yes.
I think it's two. You don't want to fill that hole. Hop back in here. That's not your road.
It's a touch warmer sitting here in the box with the sun on our faces.
Very pleasant.
Lovely Saturday afternoon in Mount Lewis.
I was going to say, where else would you want to be, but maybe on a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Be nice sitting back, yeah, and watching the Caribbean float past.
And maybe tuned into the YouTube broadcast.
Of course.
A little bit of attack here. Well, he didn't get the favoured result. Got Terrace Bowl and punched their own out. It's probably two now. The white bowl just under a foot short would be the Lions closest. Might see Lee Schreiner decide to not try and get too close here. The instruction of 𝗣𝗚𝗡 was you don't want to fill in the gaps. It's just not building the target. Well, he counts. He's on the centre line.
He's definitely on the count.
Hasn't built the target. And seen it plenty of times where Lee Schreiner will deliberately just fall that little bit short just to hide away the jack or the head from his opposition. Nathan Black. Oh. He got a result, but he's just punched Peter Taylor's bowl in and might have cut one out.
Yeah, I believe it was 3 before that bowl.
Lee Schreiner, will he switch over to the forehand? Or play the forehand again, I should say. Just try and get a little bit of a roll out of that jack back towards their own bowls.
Comes in just inside that short bowl. Should be well on the money. I
think if he just gets a little touch, he'd bring the the third one in the head, he didn't count himself.
He's played the backhand here.
Gets inside that. Yep, that'll count.
That's 3 to the Jets.
Call from Wisey was arrive. Just get a little 2 feet out of the jack, can make 3.
I don't think his bowls will turn enough from out there. Very good effort, good weight.
Well, the Jets, they really are dominating on this rink. Not much in the other two. That's 21 shots to 7 now. Or have I missed an end?
No, that would be right. They need to have changed the board yet.
Oh no, it says just a little bit of glare on the screen. I couldn't quite read the number on the screen. Do they? Oh, he's 21.
He's 21.
Josh Bell opened the door for Matt McGaw. He's coming in, but he's not quite put the wedge in behind him. Decent correction from Josh Bell. Gets some congratulations from his teammates.
Very nice bowl there.
Number 1 at the moment. Wants a big piece of it. Got it across to his own. Great bowl. That's what the Lions need to do. They need to grab this initiative. At the moment, the Jets dominating.
Yeah, momentum's all in the Jets' favour at the moment.
Can that be the little pivot for the swing towards the Lions, though?
Breeze has picked up again in our backs. In this hand now, the wider hand again.
Wants this to really swing and run. Good effort. Do feel though it just left a few too many short so far. Still got 9 ends to go though. Lockie Freeman. Little flick and run through. Good home. Dan needs to be past and beat that ball. So to run, might be in. Taylor. He's got a little bit of a roll out of their own, but got a metre short, that ball. Puts it
Nice
back
and
to...
high
Well... It's well played, but I think that's just an invitation. Yeah, well, there's the reply from Schrainer was you can hunt it or you can whack it, whichever one you want. He's happy for him to whack it. Oh, he's pulled it right across, got one of their short bowls, taken out Nathan Wise's. I think the Lions might actually be happy with that little tidy up.
Yes.
Just reduces the target.
Why
Let's
is he
see.
back in the draw?
Yeah, he's gone to the backhand.
Doesn't think he's up. Was his call?
Needed to be back to the terrace bowls, I thought.
Definitely.
A little bit of breeze there. If that's swinging a bit more, there's a chance here for Lee Schrainer just to play 2-3 feet away. Forehand. Can use the Lions bowls as breaks or just get a little tickle on that jack back to Lockie Freeman.
His hand will turn.
And he looks like he's just getting a little hunt for the jack. Holds its line. He can get stop here to get second or third. Oh, it's probably the worst result he could have got. It's just probably that little bit of breeze has pushed him across more than he thought. Probably need another yard of weight. Here's a big chance for Nathan Black if he can just tidy this up. Two, could make 3 or 4 with his own bowls.
Coming down on the backhand.
That breeze really seems to be coming through now.
That'll hold that bowl out. They won't come back in.
Is there a chance for Lee Schrainer to go big at the front white one and get rid of both?
He will get rid of both there.
Well, he likes it. Any contact is good. Wants the jack. Wow.
Cracking bowl. Excellent. And slightly tucked it out of view for a bit of a non-shot here.
Well, that one made it into the notebook.
A delicate piece of weight there.
That
Lovely bowl.
is just sublime. The bad news for Nathan Black is he had a tiny little target.
Very tiny target.
And he had to get it perfectly. But it is one more to the Jets.
Lovely bowl, Lee Schrainer.
Well, just snuffed out that little bit of fight that was coming. 13 ends in. Once again, the difference between genius and not quite. A couple of millimetres.
That's all it is. Game of millimetres.
Just the Jets have been able to produce that bowl in the moment.
Slutty from Matt McGaw. toucher. Move the jack 1 foot.
In the first half a dozen of ends, I thought Matt McGaw was absolutely superb. It's been pretty solid since, but not quite as on fire.
Not as consistent.
Josh Bell, though, has produced
Cracking bowl that. Good
great
reply.
bowls on a regular basis. Nathan Black, I think, has been a little bit unlucky. And he's also been under pressure most ends because the Terrace in the second and third position have just come up with the result bowl.
They have put the results in.
And we've got 15 shots difference on this rink, and there's only 1 shot between the totals on the other 2 rinks combined. With Matty Bouse now leading 11-10, and it's 10 all between 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗨𝗠 and Brett Spur. A good bowl from Lockie Freeman.
That 15 shots is hard to claw back to. Anything's possible in bowls.
Good shot.
One.
Well, this is a time to... It's an odd thing to say, but don't focus on the big board. Focus on just winning an end, because effectively that way you are focusing on the big board. You just got to try and claw that difference back.
You just get a little bit of momentum on your own rink.
You know what? Look, we've got 8 ends to go. Let's just close that gap. We're probably not going to pick up the 15 we need in 8 ends. But if we can catch them up by 6, 8, 10 even.
Harder now. Oh, well played, Lockie.
Lovely bowl there from Lockie.
Little rub and run. Just made that a little tighter, a little harder for the Lions. And look, they're the results that the Terrace are getting as well.
Yeah, there, mate. Turn up through that.
Dan can get a little bit of action onto his own bowl. Move the shot bowl out and maybe move the jack across. The right weight.
Just trying to arrive.
It's a little bit on the high side. Weight's good.
That's what he wanted. Well, I think it might be a wise backhand move here. Just cover the 2 white bowls at the back. Just come round, not trying to count, you're just trying to cover the 2 Mount Lewis bowls.
On this side of the head fast is great. That's handy.
Very handy bowl there.
There is a chance, a little bit of contact on that shot bowl, you turn it onto the jack, it spits back to the right of our view from behind. There's 2 Mount Lewis bowls waiting.
First and second slip standing there, waiting.
That's a pretty good analogy. Waiting for little Nick.
Hang on.
Wisey's online here.
And then that was also the chance to split. So good result. 2 down now. So looking for a good meter. Tails can get that, the white bowl to the right of Jack as we look at it. Well, bit of a mixed result there. He's got rid of one of the Mount Lewis bowls, but he's also kicked the other one across into the little catching paddock. And Nathan Black's saying, let's go for a bit of protection here at the back. Ball that's gone in the ditch, though, is it a toucher? Oh, Wisey, he's left that one a bit shy. Played a bomb with his first. 𝗟𝗓𝗓. Oh, he's
Not
watching
far
this
off
one.
here.
Well, has he got the result? I think he has.
Might be one.
Got the little whack on the shot bowl, just kicks the jack out. And that Peter Taylor bowl that he said was very, very good, his first effort, turns out to be precisely that. Nathan Black, though, I like his chances here. Play a little reaching shot. Get rid of Peter Taylor's bowl. You've got the next two.
Yes, shot bowl is jack high.
And you've also got a toucher in the ditch. Big bowl on the next rink was the big cheer. Brett Spur gave it a whack.
Looks like they're holding 3 over there.
Nathan Black, he is playing reaching weight. But he's just got...
Traffic.
Well, didn't think it was a great bowl when he put it down, but it turned out to be very good protection.
You draw a little touch, mate.
Oh, Peter Taylor suggesting to change this head up. Trail the jack back a metre on that swingy side. Good thing is he can play with a little bit of confidence there. If he sits his own, he's going to stay. He's a bit tight, can sit on any one of the Mount Lewis bowls and get a good result. Gets that jack through clean. Tails thought he could make as many as 4.
Yeah, at the moment they've got 3 over there on the back. Mount Lewis do have a toucher in the ditch. He's got that good couple of metre weight.
Yeah, mate.
Dead draw.
Well, I think Nathan Black will attack this. Got the toucher. You get that jack straight through, you got the best back. He's got the arm out. Does that indicate he's not happy with where it's going? There's one more to 𝗟𝗓𝗓. And so 2/3 gone.
2/3.
Oh, there's no trend in any direction. It's the trend is Terrace dominating.
Definitely dominating.
Brett Spur and Scotty Tholburn both ahead now on their rinks. So the difference on the big board, just 11. We're 2/3 of the way in and only 11 the difference, so 21 ends to go. on total.
Quite vocal on the centre rink here.
Well, Josh Bell, last couple of ends in this direction, has left his first bowl a little bit short. Second one last end was a brilliant one, but this time short again. So Matt McGaw really needs to step up and go, you know what, I'm taking advantage of this. I'm going to come around yours and plonk another one right near it.
You left the door open for me. I'll put my foot in.
Behind.
Still handy.
Very close to counting. Lockie Freeman. Good lead on the board. Doesn't need to have any fear. Can punch his own shots up or draw right down to the shot. And he's pushed Josh Bell up. That's good. Second shot now. And opened the path. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 needs to play with confidence here. Toucher is huge.
Straight through. Best back.
Backhand to me, mate. Turn one a belly. You got this weight with a good arm.
Is it the same bowl? He's pretty good.
Well, he can push his own. He can. Well, he's split them off. Has given a nice clear path in. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 got to play with confidence here. Wants it to get right down to that jacket. Toucher. Cover it up. Doesn't look happy. It's because he's pulled his arm across. The weight, though, was pretty good. That was a great line. I reckon he'd have been playing the shot just to trail that jack a little.
Weight down the backhand, mate. You get the ball out. Get bellies, get him, and get the jack first. Get it out of there.
Beat him to it, I think, was the gist of what Schrainer said.
Yeah.
Can get both of the bowls. There goes the jack. That'll be another dead end. Yep. It's just our third dead end. Actually, it's our fourth. Another roll of the jack for Josh Bell. Last attempt at this end, he was a little short. We've gone back to the T to T length. Well, not quite. There's half of the mat either side of the tee, so we're half a mat off maximum distance. Short on the medium length last time, wants to be arriving. Lee Schrainer, he's encouraging this one. That is a good start, very good start. Still room for Matt McGaw. He's got away pretty well. Still watching with interest. Just wants it to let go. Just out of count. Very good opener though. Good line from Josh Bell here again. Wants it to run. Well, just left that one a little bit on the shy side, so Matt McGaw just wants to get around that, down to the jack. Or under it. Good thing for Matt is he's not left this one shy at all. That's a great bowl. The only problem is that's been an invitation for Raymond Terrace. There's a nice little reach there. He's a bit on the shy side. Oh, no, he's not. He's got this.
A fat piece of it.
Well, he's got it a metre and a half through. Very close to the ditch now. Once again, the Terrace. Just seems like if the Lions play a good bowl, the Terrace is seeing that as an invitation to play a better one.
Yes.
Lockie Freeman showing why he's been in and around the New South Wales sides under 18 and under 25 level for a few years now.
Oh, wow.
Very well pointed.
The weight looks good again.
That's an absolute cracker.
2 quality shots.
It's Jack High. That invitation, a little guide for Dan now.
Something to work off with the wing bowl. Got to arrive.
Yeah, just overcorrected.
You turn the one off the line stiff. Your best shot's to draw a shot up.
It's hard when you put one in the ditch and trying to pull your weight back a little bit.
Well, I sort of think he shouldn't have worried about going in the ditch again.
It wouldn't matter if you lost your bowl with that one. Wouldn't matter.
Look, you give it a chance. That's the thing. If you just miss that one, if you get that bowl fat, you stay. I think that's probably a good shot here for Peter Taylor. Beat him to it. Sit that shot, Jack High bowl. If you happen to come inside and trail it into the ditch, great.
You put the jack in the pit. That's very handy as well.
Play it with a little bit of aggression, a little bit of intent. Get that one on the side. Yep. So that's just tidied that up. It's not quite as inviting now. It still will be, I think, Nathan Wise to reach.
Yeah, controlled here.
I want to make sure you're arriving, that's all. He's given it a chance, just slightly under the line.
Stays up, it's very good.
Well, it's not a bad home at all.
He stayed up just on the edge.
A bit tighter this time?
Yeah. That's really the one you're trying to beat.
Yeah.
We need a little drone flying backwards and forwards, Andrew, to give us a nice little overhead view.
You're not the first person to suggest that. Well,
Nice bowl here.
that does.
Touch is the front one, yeah? Yep.
Well, that's giving him 4.
But it's also just a bit more traffic blocking the lines. Look, I think Wisey might just give this a big whack.
There's a weight coming in.
A little bit of a frustration reliever too. Got rid of 3 of them. That's a good result. That's bowl number 12. Be happy with that result.
Yeah, very happy.
Went from 4 to 1. Only problem is this man keeps putting them in there.
He's got a bad habit of doing that, hasn't he?
Well, I'm sure the Jets fans watching on it say it was a good habit.
They're loving it. That'll be more fans.
Oh, wow.
Very happy up at the Raymond Terrace Bowling Club.
Yeah. I think he would have loved a touch on that, though. Just that length that Trainer plays. His length is immaculate. Oh, Nathan Black, he's having a little dip at this. He wants the jack.
That's where he wanted to
And
go.
he's got shot out of it. Oh, what does Trainer do here? Is he try and get rid of... I think he's got to get another bowl in there. Nathan Black's got one left. If he gets rid of Trainer's bowl, he could be a decent count.
Yeah, if he moves Peter Taylor's bowl.
Oh, wow.
What do I have to do?
Well, I had another bowl written down as the potential hot shot from this end, but that one, that's, to me, that's only the bowl of the match so far.
It's a very good bowl.
Made two.
Lovely weight.
And what's even better is that it's very hard to get them both.
He likes this. He's on the run.
Wants to sit and stay with very similar to what Trainer did. And might have got second. It's been a tough day at the office for Nathan Black.
Very tough. Bit of weight in those young shoulders.
We were 23. 7 before that end. He did cut it back to 1.
The other two rinks are having a bit more of a comeback at the moment. Spur up by 4. Scotty T up by 5.
And that's brought that lead on the big board back to 8. I did say just 4 ends ago that it was 11. And then
it's been another pickup now.
There we go. It's 40 to 45. It's just the 5 shots in it.
Someone moving behind the rink here. Young Josh off for a second.
Oh, a bowler's too precious about that.
Some are, some aren't.
I do understand that sometimes the motion in the background can be a little off-putting, but we're not golf or tennis where we tell everyone to be silent. You always have action going on the rink next to you, and people are going to be... The nature of our clubs is we don't have an area dedicated to be blocked off.
No. These games, in the modern times, there's most of the time music playing in the background when you're playing, so there's always a distraction. You just got to block it out and get on with your own game.
Lockie Freeman, once again. Well, who's been your player of the match so far, or is it too hard to pick?
It's definitely someone from the Jets.
They've all played
very good.
They've all played a bowls when it counted.
Yeah. No one's been outstanding. They've gelled well as a foursome. Josh Bell's led well.
I think the Lions actually played fairly well. Terrace deserved the lead they've got. another day against a different opposition, the Lions quartet might well be enjoying a similar scoreline in their favour. Just two better bowls, a couple of results go their way. The Jets just keep producing the goods. Dan, if he can get contact on his own bowl, not that one, the other one.
The other one. That's third. You've just got to pass that and get us another third.
Well, it's not really the hot end at the moment. A little bit scattered. Just got a little darker. The breeze. Did you see it pick up a little bit then?
Okay.
It had picked up earlier, dropped off.
Good home, Porter.
At least the rain's still staying away, which is handy.
Yes. I do love the jet on the back of the Raymond Terrace shirts. I think it's a clever design. It's not a real big bold logo. It's just very subtle, almost watermark-like.
And I see their club's not too far away from their 100th anniversary. By the looks of the back of their shirts, I think it's 1932 is written on there.
Yep.
You can't play there, mate.
For a bowling club that survived 100 years, it's a very good effort.
There's a few around.
A few around.
It's okay. Jack can be sliced.
It's a club that has done pretty well. We've got some big plans.
Good.
Currently in the design phase to have a motel on part of their land. Some major club renovations, and the plan is in the long term to convert their two covered synthetics into two indoor greens. And that's the story of the day, isn't it? The Lions have crashed into the short terrace bowl, punched it up onto the jack, turned one down into 2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah. It'd be 2 and a measure, I think, from here.
Which is fine, because that's how I get to
Definitely the 2 shots.
Well, the winner of this game will be sitting just outside the top 5, or possibly even in it, depending on other results.
Absolutely brilliant, mate.
The Lions, 3 losses so far. Their finals hopes probably hinge on this weekend's results.
Definitely on this weekend, yes.
They were finalists last year, I think. They crashed out early stages. The Jets, of course, were major contenders last year and then got bundled out by 𝗟𝗡𝗡 in the grand final qualifier.
Now the Lions in round 3. They had a very close game there with 𝗥𝗡𝗡. Here at the Den, went down to the last bowl. Aaron Wilson, absolute bomb.
You beat my outside bowl, you're close.
He's known for doing that too.
He can bowl.
Some very close results in those first few games too.
Yes.
It's a very harsh reality, this competition though. Triple header, double header, triple header, double header, and then round 11 straight before the finals.
Yes.
And I really do like the idea of the magic round where we all play at the one venue on the one day.
Yeah, which is quite good.
Does mean out of the 11 rounds you get 5 home, 5 away, and a neutral. It's Cabramatta, the Magic Round home finals. 27 now for the Jets. And it's go for the Royal Caribbean. If you're ready to holiday in every way with Royal Caribbean, as friends of Bowls, New South Wales, Royal Caribbean is proud to present members with an exclusive member offer. Whether you're looking for a chill-filled short getaway or a longer adventure to New Zealand or the South Pacific with the whole family, Royal Caribbean offers escapes for everyone. Even better, you unpack once and all your main meals, live entertainment, and adults-only solarium, and most onboard activities are included. Book your cruise holiday today. Get up to an additional $100 off existing promotions when you use the code BOWLSNSW. Visit the link in our YouTube bio for more information. Conditions do apply. Josh Bell. Opening bowler just a bit past, but that is what the Lions need. Matt McGaw.
Nice little front knocker.
Very, very good. 9 shots. The difference on the big board now. So in these 4 ends, if Nathan Black's 4 can win these 4 ends, pick up 7 shots, be trusting their mates to extend their leads. The 2 points that possibly Mount Lewis are holding at the moment. Point a rink. Point scoring system similar to the New South Wales Open State Pennants. 10 points available. It's 7 for winning the main board and 1 for each rink. Those rink wins can prove vital in working out who's going to finish top 5. Top 5 go through to the finals.
Nice little punch there.
Yep. Once again, though, it's Lockie Freeman answering the call, changing that head up. What's that bowl number? 5?
They're not taking to the pace of this green very good today.
Oh, his grass line hasn't been great either, has it?
It's a bit tricky coming across this way.
He's played a lot of short and a lot of narrow.
What do you want to do? I'll back you there if you want, or you're out here trying to roll bellies off. No, play there. Play there, Ripper. White is good. Up here is good.
I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to assess how people have played. And I think Dan would probably, if he watches this back, he'll agree he's not been on fire.
This is superb lawn
I don't think he should watch it back. I think he should just put it out of his mind and go, okay, tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day. New club, new green. Let's go. Lions make the trip up the M1 tomorrow to play East Maitland.
Well, guaranteed to play there. I'll be on the covered carpet green. It's a nice venue to play. It can be a little bit tricky on one of the rinks. But I think they're a little bit further over. The ditch side there can be a bit tight on one hand.
Yeah, Cabramatta's the same on the carpet. The further you go away from the clubhouse towards the carpet, the tighter it gets.
Oh, great effort from Peter Taylor. Not sure he got in, but
You got to turn up drive there, mate.
great to see Kate Matthews break into this Jets side as well.
I think it's brilliant now that the males and females play bowls together. It's very good.
Well, you don't get any better players than Karen Murphy.
No.
And Ellen Fife, I almost called her Ryan again.
Here, go
They're an integral part of the Lance side that were champions last year.
I think it puts a bit of better dynamic into the game when got a good mix of gender playing.
Feel like that?
I think so.
Women are just as capable as the men of playing. But historically, I don't think women have had the same level of opportunities.
No, when I started playing, the ladies weren't. They didn't like younger women playing bowls. If there was a younger lady at the club, they sort of frowned upon it. Back when we all wore white. No coloured bowls.
I think at the elite level there's very little difference in the game, but it tends to be a sharper drop-off in the experience and skill level shown by the women than the men. But I'll tell you what, there's some very fine prospects out there.
Yes, you see some of the younger kids playing quality bowls. I watched some of the clips from Facebook and that. And
we saw it in the state juniors. Once we got to the pointy end of the semi-finals and the fours, equal gender representation there. There was 8 and 8.
Yes.
And in the final it was 4 and 4. And
Get down through that. Yep.
some weight coming here.
Chanel winning the singles 2 years in a row. Played brilliantly. Really had to because Zoe Davies was spectacular. Well, that probably deserves a replay, but it's more not quite going to reach the hot shot reel though. It's a little bit of a pinball. I got in trouble with Disco last year because I pressed replay on a bowl where he got a little bit more good luck than good management.
He wasn't happy?
And no, well, because we pressed replay, it went onto the files for the hot shots and got put on Facebook as a hot shot. It got plenty of views and he didn't want it there. He didn't like getting luck. Job you in. That's a pretty good bowl there from Lee Schreiner, but Nathan Black, he should be able to draw inside this. I think he'd be disappointed not to. For a bloke of his ability, this is plenty of room. Just holding out. That breeze has got him.
Not much turnout there.
Yeah, look, if that turned a bit more, it would have used up the pace. And it's another one to the terrace. And the story of the day is that Lee Schreiner's dominance is setting up this match for the Jets to take the major points. 13 ends to go, 10 shots the difference. 12 ends to go now. Oh, big whack on the next rink.
Pittsburgh, Jack in the pit.
They celebrated the bowl. There hasn't been much celebration after it. Probably because 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏's got one to come, but I don't know how many they're holding there.
I think it's 3.
Well, Josh Bell.
Great start there. Jack High.
Overall, I think he's played exceptionally well.
Big conversion there in the middle rink.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏's had a drive and put a touch up from a good few metres up the green on top of the jack in the ditch. That was the big shout.
3 down, the holding one. Very good shot.
And what a time to do it. Dozen ends left to go. That could have brought the gap back to 7, but it's going to stretch it out to 11. That's a huge difference in the totals at this point. Josh Bell just a bit through. Matt McGaw holding one now. Wants to just get inside Josh Bell's bowl. Well, plenty of action happening all around. Plenty of shouts. They're just trying to lift each other. Great bowls, Matt McGaw. Once again, you see him just go, he's got the edge of his own and just split him open. That's the difference between a spectacular bowl and a unlucky result is just that, because what's he done? Lockie Freeman said, thanks for the invitation, I'll take it. Again, that's just that little bit of luck. Sometimes it's how well you've played to get the luck, but Matt doesn't get the edge there and gets it flush. He's in big. There again, Dan Scanlon, just that bit short. Didn't really give it a chance, did he?
Needed to be there. Needed to arrive on the jack. You know what I'm saying? When you're down, don't be short.
We're in the championship ends. 8 shots the difference on the big board. 53 ends played. The Jets lead the Lions 53 to 45. So even though this rink, the result, who's going to win the rink is pretty much decided. That's a good effort from Dan Scanlon. Again, maybe not a lot of science in it, but give yourself a chance. And he's done that time. That's good, solid bowl. Doesn't have to be pretty.
Doesn't have to be pretty. He's got the result on the end.
Peter Taylor. But once again, they've got the result in their favour, but there's a lovely little gap there, isn't there?
Very much a nice little gap for Pete to come off. Come off that
Gets
little
the
wing
edge.
bowl. Go.
What is it? Thanks for the invitation. I'll take it.
He took it. Nice little track there for Nathan Wise.
Got the edge.
Wanted to be just on the outside of that. Didn't want a piece of that bowl.
Nathan's played pretty well without getting a huge amount of good results.
Yeah, not many. The results, he would have wanted the results, definitely. No Wisey.
I think he's given a lot of his bowls a good chance, but just hasn't quite got. And again, has he been let get the best opportunities?
That's correct.
Yeah, I think you give it a chance though to get to the inside edge of that.
Josh Bell's laid a good platform. Lockie Freeman has played plenty of ones that have changed the head. Peter Taylor has been there or thereabouts and got plenty of good results. And there again, Nathan Wise. Almost there, but it's just chipped Peter Taylor's bowl in. Leash Rayner, though, has just put the cream on top of everything. He's played some absolute clangers. And I've lost count of the number of times I've said, well, Nathan Black's going to the head, under the pump, under pressure.
Yes, definitely quite a few times.
Oh, I've actually sold them short in the last end too. It was 2. Trainer. I've just built him up, haven't I?
Clean run through that gap. I think he would have scored again.
Well, I'm calling it an ineffective bowl, and he's 2.5 feet away from the jack. If I'm bowling that, that's one of the better ones.
I'm happy if they stay on the ring.
Well, Nathan Black, what's he got to play for? He's got to try and punch Nathan Wise in the side of the head and get that bowl across.
Promote those black and turquoise bowls that are there.
Can get under that gap and draw it. That's a fantastic effort without being perfect. It was a nearly perfect line, just needed that extra bit of running. I'm going to be ultra critical, so he had to probably give it more chance to get contact and come in. 𝗟𝗓𝗓 probably just wants 2 feet.
It's definitely arriving this time.
𝗟𝗓𝗓's got that 2 feet. Ooh, very close to counting. It's just out though.
Yeah, I think Nathan Wise bowl cancels his one out.
Well, the trick for Nathan Black here is he's got to play somewhat aggressive, but he doesn't want to move Nathan Wise out and not get closer. He's not drawing, just drawing, but needs to arrive.
He wants a metre of weight.
He's just sliced it across, doesn't, yeah, not quite.
Tough day at the office for young Nathan Black.
Let's give him a chance. 18 ends gone on our feature rink. It's 2 more.
10 shots, the difference on the main board with 9 ends to go.
Oh, it's into the challenging range now. Well, it's now critical that Mount Lewis win two of the next 3 of the next 4 ends across the board.
Good start here.
Josh Bell just says, well, you know what, I'll just keep piling them in. Just wants this to run. Wow. It's
just a metre short.
That's a good confident draw. Touched his own, fallen over. Just tighten that up a bit. It's less inviting.
Brett's going to arrive here.
Next door was looking for a shot to get a 4 and just missed it. They have won the end though.
Get
that
a
scoreboard.
Something here is good.
Was a 1.
Was a 1.
Josh Bell. That's a fantastic start. Lockie Freeman. Well, I reckon 𝗟𝗓𝗓 would be saying that's pretty good.
Happy with that.
Mount Lewis have to try and convert this head, so they're going to have to at least reach.
Turn off.
Well,
He's
Dan
reaching.
Scanlon
Turn off.
stays with it.
Offside.
Very good.
Still think they're one down.
Same shot, same shot.
Lockie.
Come on, Jets, let's go.
His last weight now was pretty good. This weight looks pretty good as well. Just going to slide past. Good home.
Dan Scanlon on the backhand.
Wants it to run. It's
Only a touch
not
away.
quite.
Take it down.
One down.
Does just put a little bit of an eyeball for
All there, both bellies.
the Terrace boys. So Peter Taylor will play the opposite hand from Lockie Freeman.
More tails.
Got two of their own bowls to just give a little turn to here. And
it.
done it perfectly.
Yep.
Again, thanks for the invitation. I'll switch over and just give him a lead, a little kick in the backside and get him up there.
Perfectly weighted kick too.
Well, that's it. And that's Peter's bread and butter, those sorts of shots.
Hang on.
Wisey looking for the shot bowl. Well, there was nearly a good result there.
Yep. Turn bellies at 10, get under. Round into the white.
So just play the same shot again and try and turn your own in.
Chuck it. Yeah, you're not bad. Come on, Peter.
Just wants this to run. Oh,
Only his weight let him down.
well, really wanted to draw the white bowl. Just around your own, sit on the white bowl, flop in front of the shot. If you're a bit tight with that weight, you can turn your own up. Now, Wisey. Not
His backhand.
Can be playing it very similar, just looking to reach. Can turn their own up, just get inside that. Breeze just, I think it grabbed him and pushed him out.
He's just fallen in the ditch.
Eight difference, 7 to go. So it's underneath that 1.5 of Junior's run rate theory. We're good on theories here. We have 1.5 an end. Once it gets above that, you're in a little bit of bother. And the other one is whoever leads at 7 ends, they'll go on and win the rink by about 75% of the time. 77.
Okay.
I did ask for that to be broken down into how much of a lead they had for the 25% that didn't go on. And that's exactly what Lee Schraner, well, almost exactly what he wanted.
Almost.
He wanted that one right in the belly. As it is, he's probably locked that white bowl in there now.
Got a smile from Nathan Black.
He said, oh, finally something didn't go against us. Can get one roll out of their own bowl or just come in underneath. Again, that's just
turn.
holding them.
Still there, mate. You get
It's
on
really
there.
hanging out on that hand.
Josh is onto the jack, still 4. You sit on them, you're going to fall in.
Same sort of thing, really.
Yeah. Try and land that ball. All good, buddy.
All right, mate. No, it's all good, mate.
Oh, he is human.
He is.
Just missed that one. Nathan Black. Well, does he drop a little bit of weight, or does he just play tighter? I think he's just played tighter.
Any contact with that white ball's very good.
Still 1 to the Jets.
One.
Just push that length out a little bit more again, haven't they?
Yes, Jack's a metre short of the tee.
Good, mate.
Josh a little bit heavy, very handy behind, but
Can Matt McGaw drop in a very close bowl and just set up his team to win the last couple of ends?
not a bad bowl here.
Got a toucher.
Little toucher.
6 ends to go, 9 shots the difference, so we're right on that 1.5. Middle rink, just a couple of handshakes happening. Two more to the Jets on the middle rink as they finish up. Brett Spur 20, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 for 13. Final score for that contest. And, well, he got a little rub. He still counts, but would have preferred to miss and be right to the jack. Lockie Freeman. A number of times they've been down and he's changed the head in their favour.
Room here for him to draw the shot. He'll definitely arrive. Turn in there.
A little bit of applause from his teammates. Good 1.2 metres or so through. And Scanlon, I'd like to see Dan finish on a strong note, just to give him some confidence to go into tomorrow's match.
Just having a little bit of an off day today, as we all have. Bowls can be a tough game some days.
Of course, Dan transferred across here from Engadine last season, during this season, and played with Engadine in the state championships as a region winner.
State 4, yeah, yes.
State 4's champion. Playing in the team with Jay Bruce, Jack Lewis and Callum Murray. And once again, they've clunked into their opposition's bowls.
You don't want to hit that in, but if you want to draw there, you draw there. But yeah.
Peter Taylor. Possibly still 2 down.
Weight, amazing, mate. Another one in the head. Well done.
Quality weight.
It'll only be 1 down now. He's 1 bowl past Jack High.
It's a bit high there for Wisey.
Tails. You're quicker. No, you're not. You've done it, Taylor.
Very close, Peter Taylor.
You've done it, Taylor.
Got a touch,
Quality ball.
sat the shot bowl. Well,
Sensational, mate.
You can't really get back there. I'm through there, mate. Turn up to us. Touch the jack.
Yes,
Call for a backhand, bit of a run. Hunting for the jack.
giving it a little show here. But once again, tough day at the office.
Tough.
There's 3 Mount Lewis bowls on the run in, and the one Josh Bell jet gets thrust towards the jack. Jets just pushed that lead out a little bit further. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗏
Not happy.
holding 2. Well, what can Nathan Black do? Terrace have got the best 3 back. There's only 1 bowl past the jack. Well, there's 2 past the jack for the Lions, and
Plenty of room to turn those arrows in that he's got. Find that little gap.
Can get Wisey over. No. Again, very close to being a good bowl. And that little wry grin says, yep, it's not been quite my day.
That says it all. Can get a kill here for the Lions. Through those 2 white bowls.
Good luck. I'll be getting up it. Pick the hole.
Yeah, that's what Nathan Wise calls. There's a very narrow portal there. If he can get through, he can get a little bit of contact, smash it, and hopefully spit the jack out of bounds. Well, he's
Straight through everything.
good weight.
Perfect weight.
2 more to the Jets.
A little bit on the skinny side there.
So 3 ends to go, and that's pushed the lead out to 14. So we probably won't be the last ring finished. Well, great start, Harold, is a
Lovely start.
I'm guessing there's some tie-in with something for that one, and Harold nickname. Oh, Matt McGaw. A little grimace there says it all, doesn't it?
Yes.
We're half a mat length off maximum length again. Josh Bell just got to reach. He switched it over onto the other side of the green. He'll want to finish behind. Wouldn't have minded drawing a toucher there either, but very happy with that position.
Balls behind the head's very handy.
Well, it's going to be a good home.
Good mate, good shot.
This means that the Terrace haven't got free rein now, but Lockie, he's trying to draw, well, I'd say, a foot behind the tee, 30 centimetres or so.
Very consistent game, Lockie, today. We put the mocker on him.
Well,
he's put in a blocker.
Turn up to us there, mate.
what can Dan do now? Last end, can he finish on a strong note? He's intently watching this one down there. Just under the line, and, well, unfortunately, that little tight line means he's crashed into Lockie Freeman's bad bowl and made it into a good one.
Makes him look good now.
Well, Albatross would say they don't need any help.
Turn his back on that one.
It's going to go sailing through. It'll stop, but it'll stop in the sand.
Yeah, go get him, boy.
A little frustration reliever. Got his own. Oh, he's got one of the back ones out, so.
Cheeky grin.
It was actually a fairly good result to get rid of that back one, because it now means everything behind, or one of them, belongs to the Lions. The Jets holding 2. Tails, a little bit of speed on this.
We got to get him, I think. Get him, boy.
I reckon this is going to be a little
bit
bit of a
away.
whack. Got one of them.
Get out of here and draw a shot, mate. You got one on the green.
Can be a case of who's got the last bowl on the green, maybe.
It's getting that way. They're potting them off.
I like this move to change the forehand side here. There's a chance to tidy the head up or just draw to sit on that back bowl. But that's going to go for a little, well, it's not. It's stopped on the edge.
Up, yes.
Good camera work there from our partners in Spacequake. Well, all done with mirrors.
Little conversion there for Wisey. Waving the hecklers away.
Well, it's taken them 21 ends to get the good result. But you'll notice it too, it flops down and sits beside the jack instead of right in front of it. Four bowls remaining.
Nice controlled weight here.
It's going to be a little wide.
We've been very lucky with the rain today, Andrew.
Well, lucky it didn't come down, yes.
I think the players will be happy too.
Well, it's much more pleasant playing in dry conditions than wet. We learnt that in recent times. Nathan Black. I'd love to sit the Raymond Terrace ball at the back.
He's just lost that bowl too.
Three bowls left on the green. Lee Schreiner says, you know what, I'm going to pot this jack. Well, all Nathan Black needs to do is keep this one on the green. It's got to go 18 metres. So it will be 3 to Terrace. No, 3 to Mount Lewis. And that's, in the last 7 ends, that's the only one they've scored on.
I tell you what, took 21 to get them.
So that's 10 shots. We've got 2 ends remaining on the other, and there's 11 shots the difference. All right, we're just going to go and try and grab the 2 skippers for a quick little interview. Terry, you want to just talk us through what's happening on the other rink while we do that?
No worries at all. Looks like Raymond Terrace are holding 3 shots on the final rink here today. Andy's going to be interviewing Nathan Black now.
All right, Nathan Black, a tough day at the office here at the Den.
Yeah, no, they were another class to us today, but looks like we're going to get the other 2 rinks. But yeah, no, they were unbelievable Leroy's rink.
I was very impressed that with all 4 of the players, it just seemed to be that every time you guys got one shot, they just had the answer.
Yeah, they certainly had a lot of answers, and we just couldn't find the answers back to them. So no, hats off, they were brilliant.
Thanks for that, Nathan, and we'll grab Lee in just a sec. Lee, the 3 blokes in front of you certainly set up the platform.
Absolutely. I thought Lockie was outstanding, and I thought Belly and Tails were really, really, really good. I think I was only 2 or 3 ends. I had to pull something out myself, so I mean, they're the days you dream of. Blackie's done it to me before. I owed him one. So, but look, I mean, it was a massive game for both teams today. We're both down near the bottom. We've got a lot of away games early on in the year, so any away win we can get gives us a chance to make the 5.
We not commented a few times that the Lions played some very good bowls, but they just seemed to get the wrong side and open up the invitation, and your boys just kept taking that invitation and converting.
Absolutely. My front 2 were so consistent that we always had a lot of bowls in the head, and often when you get that 1 or 2 extra in the head, things seem to go your way. So credit to my front boys, they were sensational, and it looks like bar something going horribly wrong, we're going to get an away win.
A little trip down to the south coast tomorrow, the Warilla on the indoor.
Yeah, we did knock Warilla off in the first final there last year on the opposite side to where they play their home games, then they bashed us up on their home rink. So we know the job's ahead of us, but any points we can get out of that game is going to put us in a pretty good position for the weekend.
So you'll be knocking on the door to the top 5 after today's result, we'd hope, for you?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we're 2-2. We've got obviously the very tough task tomorrow, and then we have Wenty away the following week, but then we start hitting a stretch of home games, and our home record's really good. The guys play superb at home, so hopefully we can get enough in there to get ourselves in front of the ledger and scrape into that 5.
Well, the Hangar is a formidable place to go and have a game, so good luck in that in the future. And we'll join us tomorrow for another great game of Platinum Pennant. We're coming
to you from St John's Park tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the match against Wendy Leagues, so your opponent in the near future. So good luck tomorrow, Nathan and Lee, and we hope to see you all again in the near future. Cheers.
Thanks, buddy.
Good drive here from Scotty T. Jets are still holding a few.
Right, thanks to Lee and Nathan for having a chat with us. So we'll just see the result confirmed, we believe, after this end. 11 shots of difference, 2 to play. And we haven't got the best camera angles here.
I think the Jets are holding 5 over there.
Well, that would just put the exclamation mark on the day.
T looking for a kill.
Gone the big miss. Well, I think it was a couple to the Jets, but any shot to the Jets means that 13 the difference, 1 to play. It's an absolute certainty now that the Jets will take the full board points. 4 shots for Scotty 𝗟𝗓𝗏 lead. Hopefully for the Jet Lions fans, he can hold on to that. But we'll be looking for a great game tomorrow at St John's Park. And fantastic home for the Saints there out front of the powerhouse. So, well, we're still going, so we'll keep an eye on this one. But the Saints will be looking for some points. They were down the bottom too. Don't forget to view all the results. Keep an eye on the Bowls New South Wales socials, our Facebook page, the hub for the Platinum Pennant links on the Bowls New South Wales website. That's bowlsnsw.com.au. We just still got the action going. Kate Matthews, an absolute cracker there.
2 lovely bowls. I think they're only holding the 1 shot there.
Well, the guys have got the cameras still going, so while they're feeding the images to us, we'll keep watching. We'll just confirm the total points, but the Jets will take the full 7. And Lee Schreiner's rink, so that's 8-1 at the moment in favour of the Jets. The Lions looking to just get that 2nd point, which could be all important if they can string together a few wins in the next few rounds.
Important for the Lions to have a win tomorrow. Otherwise, like we said earlier, their finals are slipping through their fingers.
They'll finish in the top 5, and that would mean they'd probably have to win all 6 of their last games to have any chance. And against the quality of opposition you're going to strike in this competition, it's a very tough ask.
Every side's got a fair bit of talent in it.
And the Jets, they're off to Warilla. They take on the Gorillas tomorrow. But our feature games, the Saints and the Magpies. And we will have some action for you next week as well, Monday to Friday. Champion of Club Champions pairs on next week. Main host club, Marylands. That's the one we'll be broadcasting from. And we're also using Mount Lewis, so action will be here, Guildford, St John's Park, 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗏 Diggers and Cabramatta. Lots of greens in action, lots of teams in action. And some pretty hot combinations in amongst those as well. Lennon Scott, third for the Jets. Very colourful set of bowls, those ones.
Yes.
I'll guarantee they're arrows, knowing Lennon.
Look like arrows. That design is arrow design.
He's got his interest in there. Spousey, though, is pointing out, sort of indicates it might be a little on the narrow side. Got the rub and run, a little bit too far. Line's holding 1 or 2 there, I think. Tyson Wilson. Another Victorian who's seen the light and moved to New South Wales permanently. Cheers, Tony Sherwell, CEO of Bowlsvik, if you're watching. It's a little bit of friendly rivalry there.
Tyson helps with the greens here at the club.
Bousey, you can see that little point out again. Indicates he thinks Lennon's just pinched his grass fractionally. Cuts across. Does that look like 2 Mount Lewis bowls closest to you? Or is that one a Terrace bowl?
I think it's a Terrace bowl.
The blue one might be Kate Matthews, is it?
Tyson likes this. Snuck in.
Oh, did it fall in or fall out? Big thing for the Lions is they've got a 4-shot lead on this rink. They can't chase the big board. I think someone might notice if they slipped another 5 bowls out of their bags onto the green. So Matty Bouse, he's got to try and make a 4 to get half a point out of the rink. Scotty T, just make sure it's only 1, or 2, or even 3. Bousey, he's trying to give his bowl a boot. He doesn't like it.
Sort of piece of jack.
Yep. Just clips it back to Lennon. It says there 1. Scotty, all he needs to do is draw a good second shot. Watching it. I don't think it's got the running.
He's not going to arrive.
Is there a chance for Lennon, mate?
That's the call.
Yeah, well, he's going to be looking for the yellow and white bowl. Metre short. Jack in the ditch is 4. So, got to go for it. Matty Bouse, also a very good first-grade cricket batsman, apparently.
Was he?
Yes. One of the bowls coordinators at Raymond Terrace. Going for it. Hasn't got it. So that is the result confirmed. It's 8-2 in favour of Raymond Terrace. So 2 important points for Mount Lewis. The Jets, courtesy of a huge win to Lee Schreiner.
Scotty's going to arrive here.
Well, just through the hole, 1 to the Terrace. It'll be 20-17, Scott Tholborn over Matty Bouse. Well, thanks, Terry Cooper, for joining us here for the Platinum Pennant, the TAB Platinum Pennant Round 4 match at the Den. Been a pleasure to have you on board for the commentary.
Thank you for having me.
We're looking forward to some more cracking games. We've got tomorrow, of course, triple header next weekend.
Busy weekend next weekend.
Yes, busy weekend next weekend. Friday nights at Merrylands, I know that much, because we follow on from the Champ of Champs. And then I'm not sure where Saturday and Sunday's after that. I've only looked forward to tomorrow and 1 week ahead. So some cracking games, but it's a wrap up here from Mount Lewis, the home of the Lions. And we look forward to everybody joining us tomorrow at St John's Park for the clash with Wendy Leagues. 10 a.m. start there. So tune into the Bowls New South Wales YouTube page, and we'll see you all again tomorrow.